Hello everyone, I am Antonia, this is PerryPictures, and today we are doing a milestone video celebrating you guys, the subscribers, for 1,500 subscribers reached on April 1st, and no, that is not an April Fool's joke. We are celebrating by redrawing some of your characters. I did ask in the Discord for you guys to submit some of your OCs and some Qs for some As, because we're doing a Q&A as well. And you guys delivered. We have 10 characters today that we are going to be redrawing, and I'm going to show you both the original art on one side of the screen and the redraw on the other side. That's why I'm sandwiched right in the middle, so that I can answer some questions while we take a look at your fabulous creations. First question on our list is from Crazy Crafter Prime, and it says, why did you start your channel with drawing Autodesk Sketchbook? And I don't know if that means in Autodesk Sketchbook or specifically the Autodesk Sketchbook tutorials that I have on my channel, which have been my most popular videos for a very long time. I did start my channel with a series of videos in Autodesk Sketchbook, but it wasn't tutorials. Actually, I started my video with the Midsummer Magic month challenge that was going on in Instagram at the time, and I drew 3 videos for that. 3 out of, I think, was supposed to be 6. I actually didn't finish that project, but I quickly realized that I would be providing a way more value to the community if I was doing sketchbook tutorials. If I was getting questions, it was like, what software are you using? So I thought with 10 years experience using that software, I had a lot of information and a lot of experience that I could share with you guys to help benefit the community. So a lot of people did actually flock to those videos, and I realized very quickly that a great way to connect with the art community is to help each other out. And if you guys have any recommendations, or I guess I should say, if you guys have any request for a specific topic or tutorial that you would like to see, and I have experience in that area, I would be more than happy to do that for you. Just let me know by dropping a comment. The next question in our Q&A is from Bingo Ned, and this one says, what do you do in your free time when you're not drawing or working? And that is a great question. Free time is so limited. I definitely don't have a lot of it. I work a full-time job in Los Angeles. I recently moved here actually, and I have a video all about that on my channel if you guys are interested in seeing that. So go into my gallery after this and check that out if that's something you're interested in. But I also enjoy doing other things besides working and drawing. I've started getting out more and exploring more, and so you're gonna find a couple of camping videos that are tied into a sketchbook series. To run a channel and be able to explore other things, you kind of need to find a way to combine the two, and the way that I've done that is by starting a travel sketchbook, and this gives me an opportunity to take my channel with me and to work on my channel while doing other things. I really do like to get outside of my space, my space here at home, because I spend so much time here, especially working remote. I spend like all of my time here, so definitely I enjoy getting outside and getting some sunshine, that beautiful vitamin D, and moving my body so that I can, stay healthy and active. Okay, Deadlight Switch asks, who is your favorite OC and why? My favorite original character is one that I made a very long time ago, and she was actually one of my first drawings, if not the first drawing I ever made on my Wacom Bamboo tablet. She is a steampunk pirate, and she's also a member of the nobility in her universe, who is kind of like moonlighting as a steampunk pirate. And I have had this character with me for over 10 years now, and she is a part of a play-by-post role-playing group that I am still a part of. It's kind of a little bit in hibernation right now. It's not very, very active, but the group have become a really long-time friends, and so even if we're not writing our characters or drawing our characters, we're still talking and just chit-chatting and catching up on life in general. So it's just really nice to have those friend bonds built over an OC over time, which is really cool. Next question, Talia asks, do you study art before you try something new, or do you jump in? I think the answer to this question is yes. I both jump in and study everything I can find about what it is that I'm trying to do, which I consider part of the jumping in. So when I decided, I was originally going to school. So when I went to college, I was originally going to college for a video game design degree. And, you know, it's kind of tying in my love of art with my degree in that way. And I decided one day, for no reason in particular, that I was going to create a little web series. And I just said, yeah, I want to do this thing, I'm going to do it. And then I started doing it. Part of doing it was just a lot of research, like a lot of homework, a lot of getting out and meeting people who had already done this thing that I was trying to do, and talking to them about the process and what I needed to do as I was gathering all the materials that I needed to do. So I was gathering knowledge, I was gathering materials, and then I was also making connections with people, making friends with people who had experience or interest in that same thing. And those were the people that I talked to and talked into working with me on my project. And so we collaborated, and we were able to create my very first web series, and that came out of kind of thin air. It was just an idea I had, and then I jumped in, you know, all the way into the deep end, cannonball, you know, and I did it. And that's kind of how I do a lot of things. I just decide one day I'm going to do this, obsessively researching it, just like with making cakes. I'll show you some cakes on screen that I have made. I did not have any kind of training with this. I wasn't even really big into like cooking or food stuff at all before that. I definitely wasn't a foodie, and I just really liked the way cakes looked. I thought they were very pretty, and I wanted to make some. So then I just started making them, and it was kind of the same process as with what I did for the web series. So I hope that answers your question. Next question is the next question comes to us from Art by Callie, and she asks, what's your favorite part of video making process? That is a great question. I can tell you my least favorite part is editing, only because it takes so long. I actually really enjoy editing, like the concept of editing. I like the art of editing, because editing itself is an art. That's why you have like people out there that are strictly editors, and they're great at it. You know, like they are sought after because they're so good at that skill. So it's definitely an art, and I do appreciate the art of editing. I love the results of editing. It's very satisfying, but it's super meticulous. It's super time consuming. So it's probably my least favorite part, but that was not the question. The question was, what is my favorite part? My favorite part of the video making process is probably watching the video after it's done. It's really, really satisfying to see all your work come together, and it makes it worth it. It makes the work worth it, and it also incentivizes you to make more videos after you've completed one that you're proud of. So I think definitely seeing the final result of the art come together, and the editing come together, and the A-roll and the B-roll and the voiceover, if you're doing voiceover, and you add the music track, you know, all of it coming together into like a really cut down and I would say, what's the word I'm looking for? Comprehensive video. It's very, very nice to see all of that come together and mesh so well. And when it's something you did, it's very satisfying. So yeah, that's my favorite part of the video making process. Weirdly enough, watching the video once it's done, because yeah, it's gratifying. Okay, so next I have a question by K Artix, and they ask, where do you get your motivation? Motivation is a funny thing. It comes and it goes, and it's very, very hard to force, because it's kind of like inspiration, right? When you're inspired, you can kind of figure out what it is that works for you and keep doing that thing until it's not working anymore, and then you have to kind of like find a new way to sort of like put the fire under your tush, if you know what I mean. For me, my motivation is, what motivates me is probably the calendar. I think what works for me best is having a plan. I'm very plan oriented, so if I map out a plan and I do it well, and what I mean by well is I don't like just try to shove a bunch of stuff in an unrealistic amount of time. If I do it well by spacing it out and giving it the time it needs in my planning, then I feel motivated just to get from one step to the next step to the next step to the next step. So I'm not looking at something like, oh, I have this idea for a video and I have to get all the way to the end of the video by Friday. I'm looking at, oh, I have this idea for a video. Well, I'm going to work on getting this drawing done. I just gotta get the drawing done. That's all I gotta do for right now. And so I'm like, I need the drawing done by Tuesday, and maybe it's like Saturday. So I've got like 4 days to finish a drawing or something, and I can make time for that. And then after the drawing, so I'm like, yes, I am now inspired and motivated by the fact that I have this completed artwork that makes me feel really good about what I did. And now I'm focusing on, okay, well now I need to shoot a video talking about it, or if it's a speed paint, okay, well I need to edit a video with some voiceover talking about this. And so I'm gonna have that done by Thursday. And so Thursday I get all my voiceover and editing done. Then if I want the video to go up by Friday, on Thursday after I have the finished video, the art looks great, the voiceover sounds good, I'm really excited. Now my motivation is to finish a thumbnail so I can publish this video, you know? So it's like I'm not thinking about all of those tasks at once. I'm thinking about one step like in the ladder at a time, and I think that that helps a lot. So yeah, hope that helps you guys if you're looking for a way to motivate yourselves. Like, it's incentivized, right? My motivation to get to the next step is the incentive I have from the last step. Well, I already have this art. Now I want to make this video, right? So that's kind of how it works for me anyway. Okay, and last question, Deadlight Switch asked, what made me start YouTube? Whew, okay, what made me start YouTube? I started YouTube during the pandemic, so I was definitely one of the pandemic YouTube starters. And what motivated me to start YouTube was probably losing my job during the pandemic. I was one of the people who was furloughed due to COVID impacting my company very, 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 very harshly. And they had to let like an entire department go. And I was one of the people, I was very new at that company too. I had just gotten hired on that year before COVID hit. And then I was one of the first people to get let go just because I wasn't that integral to the process. So I was quarantined in my house with nowhere to go, and I lived out on the East Coast where I didn't really have any family nearby, and it was just me and my husband, and he was gone a lot for work because his job was like just the opposite of my job. And so yeah, I was very, very bored with surprisingly a lot of time on my hands. So I started doing a YouTube channel, and I started making art videos because it was something I really enjoyed that I had never had a lot of time for in the past. And so I seized the moment and I used the time that was given to me to do this. And I'm really, really happy with that decision, and I'm so glad that it has led me to here, celebrating 1,500 subscribers with you all. I really hope you enjoyed the artwork in this video. I was really, really excited to draw your characters, and I had a blast with all of them. I took my time with each one. I really wanted to like lean into what you had given me to work with. And that's not just the reference art, but also the backstories. I had like followed up with a couple of you guys in Discord to ask for more information. I wanted to know more about your characters. And it really was a great time for me. I enjoyed drawing them, and I hope you enjoyed the final results just as much. And thanks again for helping me to grow my channel and for being here and being a part of my story. If you haven't already and you made it all the way to the end of the video, please hit the like button so that it can reach more people. And if you are new here, hello, I invite you to subscribe and join us next time for more art, animation, and comic making on this channel. And that's basically what we do here, and hang out and have fun and camp and do other stuff too, but that's, yeah. Have I convinced you? All right, well, I'll see you next time.